Okay, so English national team now. When defending has been so porous
Sure.
and extra tournament here, I think Ghana match now one of the matches been a win concede. No there so far man a matches now one but we now we concede.
To Coffee Jesse Sports, yes, on YouTube and Facebook. That my channel. If you are a first viewer or your first time watching us, don't forget to subscribe, follow the page, and also leave your comments and share to others so that others will also benefit from this great content. Always know. Yeah, Brown. Still in the World Cup, yes, 2026 FIFA World Cup are recorded Mexico, US, and Canada. Unfortunately, all the hosts is out of the tournament. Yes, we are into the semi-finals. The semi-finals one Obabado on the 14th February, July, which is Tuesday. And then the second semi-finals on 15th July, which is Wednesday. That's the game between the England national team and the Argentina national team, who is going to secure a place in the finals of the FIFA 2026 World Cup. Tanington and the Menyamunia
Al Hassan.
Zachary Yanyiwa Yadbotchun Komwayadafa. The great encounter of Babado on Wednesday. Alaza Sebi Biabokozi.
Boko.
Yeah, I believe that in the May Kama.
Perfect.
Yes. Yaba ne yaba. Yes, yaba ne yaba. Yakwe chibi. Yeah, sorry, so the young viewers, young fans and one brown because of one or two reasons. But we are back. Yes, we are back. More content, yes, brown. So before we enter the game properly, so far, the England and the Argentina national team, so far, what is your assessment at the moment in this particular tournament?
Okay, so English national team now from the last World Cup, which is 2022, will call semi-finals. I will get France. Now France is showing 2-1. I think a Hurricane is a penalty. It is a Elisha from 2022 going into the UCIS now with 2026 World Cup. One from now they've been consistent.
Sure.
And say Argentina as well. Argentina national team no when we need 2022 World Cup. Now wasan a work KG Copa America. Now wasan Waba World Cup 2026 now we'll be able to semi-finals. And once they've been consistent and say English national team now player like Harry Edward Keane and Jude Bellingham, they are the face of the team. Another them two players are Mabu Wenzinia. One na waji team na Buombu. No will make a difference in my English national team. And ended a match and Paul Cordina. Oya Brent of Jude Bellingham, no tumbo 2 goals. And I think they're currently only one best player. And say Argentina national team now, unfounded Lionel Messi is 39 years old. And another one carry team in this tournament here will be top scorers now. Messi one of the top scorers are over 8 goals. And say Alicia won 2 players are often Martinez and Julian Alvarez. I think their last 2 matches against Switzerland, now against Egypt,
sure.
They've been back.
Yeah.
I think they're coming against England and Obobo.
Okay. So that's Alassane segment, another idea on the English national team and the Argentine national team. So we are going into the game, the tactical insight of the game. First of all, the English national team, their strengths and their weaknesses in this particular tournament. So before we step in, Jensen can share the English national team. Talking of their defense, I bet say a lot of names. Yes, they have a lot of qualities in the defense. Talking of McGill of Manchester City, talking of John Stones of Manchester City, talking of Dan Ben of Brighton and Hove Albion, talking of our friend Eric Kwanzaa of Aston Villa, Bobo Kono. You could hear names when it comes to their fullbacks. Rhys James, Nico O'Reilly, Spence in their defensive aspect of the game. But just so England is finding it difficult when it comes to the defense department of the game. So far so good. How do you see their defense?
Okay, so English national team now, when defending has been so porous,
Sure.
and extra tournament here, I think Ghana match now, one of the matches been a win concede. Not there so far. Man of a matches now are born, we now will concede. And coming against Argentina, I think the tournament they are struggling to win, but their mentality and how far one game's knock on all board one confidence in LBB share the likes of Julian Alvarez, Elka, the best number 9 assists are currently game in Obutumozama Elbo 1 2 3. As in the back, I think the English defense now there were very careful.
Okay, so as you are saying that Julian Alvarez, yes, undoubtedly is one of the best strikers currently young one. But here the English national team, their defense aspect of the game, even going against Norway, the Norwegian national team, though they have names like Ellen Brut Haaland, the likes of Nusa, Odegaard in their upfront. But I believe that Thomas Tuchel and the boys, they are lacking one thing in their defense, which is the compactness. They always leave spaces behind for their opponent to, utilize. But here, the Argentina national team, one of their best weapon in this particular tournament is their attacking. Linus Scoloni always when Argentina is processing our ball, they are in possession formation. Normally he plays a 2-3-5 formation. That tells you how numerical advantage or take over the opponent. But yes, England national team, even their mid block is a problem for them. When they are defending in even a 4-5-1 formation, they even leave spaces behind. Actually, the space between their defenders and their midfielders in that mid block, they even leave spaces in behind their defense. So going against teams like Argentina, always finding a solution, a plan to get a goal. How do you think the already friend Thomas Tuchel over to Washington team number BBI come?
Okay. Question is me. Say a English national team now and a player like Rhys James say Enzo Maresca na time at Chelsea now. Enzo Maresca no obo Rhys James as a more further
inverted fullback. Sure.
And normally sometimes in Bono Obon as a more further and
sure.
It is a Elisha Cisiano say a pere nyamam oh yes right there say pere nyamo go more. I think the obo Rhys James also no come more for this now when inside ama more for than I was so solid in as much as though number 2 so more for this obotum was them defensive duties in was more because say Lionel Messi here player original one place there
sure
Alabama can ana kasa so na say na creative works
sure
nti ehia more for this obotum wa cover and we chaining nti say Elijah the likes of Elliot Anderson na Declan Rice. I think the Declan Rice improve and shut down your feet. Elijah them players now Jude Bellingham in as much as though them or more for them or like to attack more.
Sure,
normally I Jenny defensive and I'm more for duties not to and say Eli nya them playing so obotum we Jenny defensive duties as a to a day in a player like Rhys James obotum wa cover in as much as so obotum wa be a inverted more for than us as support. And I think that's already a Thomas Tuchel.
Okay, so talking of Reece James coming into the midfield, I'm not imagining this be better. Ended the game, against Norway, no sir, it's next year. And when it's got a point in time, and Jude Bellingham was not found in the midfield. In Tebasha, Thomas Tuchel made the changes. Oma Morgan Rogers boom, Eric Kwanzaa out simply because the England national team were lacking balance in their midfield. Although they have the big names, Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, is come from Manchester City, from Nottingham Forest in Australia. But yesterday, baby, Thomas Tuchel is one of my favorite coaches when it comes to tactically inclined, masterminded coaches. Now he is part. The Norwegian national team were taking advantage in the midfield, so he brought Morgan Rogers, the American, Jude Bellingham on your play their Otagina Falcon. And on your rower, I believe that Thomas Tuchel was armed because say in the when or join attack and also goes, and you could see in the extra time, second goal na England national team won as a organizer. So talking of need defensive duties, I cope with you there. So Reece James Benfinfinwa not playing as a midfield, but I believe at the midfielder, but I believe that when England is in possession, he can join. That's how I can see the reference Thomas Tuchel what you were using. But let's talk of Elliot Anderson. No, Declan Rice one pairing. Actually, Declan Rice one player. Under Mikel Arteta, he joins attacks more than defending. Elliot Anderson, the same. Jude Bellingham, the same. So how are they going to cope with this crop of midfielders?
Okay. Elliot Anderson, say, Oba English national team, why as a more defensive, more for that on join attack there. Most my Jude Bellingham now. Ebia ebakere Declan Rice no as a number 8, Elliot Anderson no original one, and what there Argentina team now born for so long there. It is very difficult to stop them.
Sure.
Especially our Lionel Messi or team and say Enzo Fernandez in as much as Chelsea nyaman shedan ko man anankasa particular nankasa anyamo ko man.
Sure.
And McAllister na nyaman ko yaman but World Cup yankasa all ball. Inti say eleshe dam players ya wall ba beti ya. I think the coaching oma ni instructions not strict 100 there or there who follow instructions or either in as much as they work when you go in so try there will lead them spaces now one. I think the Argentina national team will feed on it.
Okay, so let's take it like this. Yeah, the comparison between the two teams midfield. Actually, the likes of Enzo Fernandez, McAllister, Rodrigo De Paul. When we refer the last World Cup, they were the midfielders and our board the Argentina national team. But actually, the last World Cup now, Elliot Anderson was not in the team for the English national team, but rather Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham was there. So comparing these two midfield, because in football now, everything is sentenced on the midfielders because they are the player, they are the departments. They will help the defense and also help the attack. So talking of this midfield trial, how do you see them coming into this game?
Okay, so them midfield trial. I think that as a crowd will make a difference in there. Argentina team, them midfield trial no wabo one on actually was not the World Cup.
Okay.
Them midfield trial now and English national team is in the European Wababation. I think the Argentine national team need more experience simply because wabo kakra no wasn't the tournament over English national team.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. So still live on Coffee JC Sports on YouTube, Facebook. This is your first time, subscribe, comment, share for more football content. Alazan, share BB for the Argentina national team no ho, especially in their attacking department and their mentality. Right from the round of 32, coming up against Cape Verde. Look at how Cape Verde more on the threat. Even going into the extra time, look at the dramatic scenes at winning. Right from the round of 32 into the round of 16, Egypt. Look at how our man Argentina national team match. Even coming up 2 goals as at 78 minutes. So Egypt were leading 2 goals by 0, but Argentina came up and win the game. And Asher ended up against Switzerland. They went to the extra time before Argentina winning 3-1. So from this scenes, can you believe do you believe that if say England national team Argentina for now but take one leader, do you think with their mentality they can come back again?
Okay, say so last 4 years now. I think that the sequence Argentina national team for the World Cup, and I think they'll repeat
Sure.
Simply because their match against Netherlands now, match and extra time
went to the penalties.
Extra sequence now or extra time penalties was winning, and even finals now when France went up or extra time.
Sure.
Into their mentality, so match and so Wallabona was all extra time or a dangerous man. Any opponent Argentina simply because one match isn't lead to extra time no win. And tournament here extra against Cape Verde, we need Cape Verde or extra time. Extra against Egypt
and regular time.
Regular time was winning.
And against Switzerland, they went to the extra time.
Inti match ni na perocho de so one boy benda wa happen na Argentina and relax simply because one mentality one boy pay that wa happen that and winning to Argentina.
Okay, so sharing the post match reactions no. Already friend Thomas Tuchel after the game and Sancho beside the how did he see the game though he has qualified to the semi-finals? But today, as Thomas Tuchel also he was not impressed about his team. Even their overall bid performance, it was very poor. So coming against in Argentina national team, their mentality alone, their individual brilliance alone is top notch. How is England national team going to cope with this crop of players Argentina from Wokitan?
I think the one team playing here does simply because one of born now should I will quickly Jude Bellingham another Hurricane Hondo until that Hurricane another Jude when we game no affect one. Then was my Thomas Tuchel okay in as much as they were winning, he's not impressed with their performance.
Sure.
Not up there or encourage one there no why about 1 year more because I'm not and say Alicia Argentina national team a player like Messi or a hard door in the day and coming into competitions like this in Anope. I think there's a go against the Monko fear or they eliminate 2 mistakes and team playing or you're solid. Because in two men share Jude Bellingham another Hurricane then when they be a 1 year.
Okay, so as for me, I believe there or there Thomas Tuchel on the boys in the casa because how I will leave the spaces in their midfield, in their defense, it is very bad because Norwegian national team was one of the worst team tournament, but they gathered themselves right from the Brazil national team match now when you coming into English national team. So let's talk of the individual brilliance. Yensha Messi, ni impact. Yensha Jude Bellingham, and the crown match and acknowledge the man of the match. Yes, Yensha the likes of Julian Alvarez. No, so I ended the acknowledge man of the match. Yensha the likes of Hurricane. So do you think that individual brilliance can make an impact coming to this game?
Say Elisha both sides na match or very tight ntumi nche there we will win so and we win.
Okay.
One of the things are to decide a tight game or individual brilliance. Until on the match in Wednesday, I think the individual brilliance no or winning the match.
Okay, so lastly na yɛmfa dwumadi no mmerɛ wie yɛnhwɛ England national team no, their mentality, their psychological mentality wɔ the real game no mu. I know that sɛ game na wɔtwa fans bi bɛyɛ, they were wearing a t-shirt the last time England did the World Cup, which is 1966 and 2006. Sir Bobby Charlton Okita trophy, you know, and 2026 so Hurricane Okita trophy, you know, and at that moment before and I calculated the years, you know, that means England has gone for like 60 good years without winning the World Cup trophy. Do you think that this mentality alone can push the boys up?
Okay. Say Elisha tournament ya yelbuya.
Sure.
Or yeah, England was a football no bay. Into either football no was until normally so walk tournament even what it is coming home.
Sure.
But mentality as a meal like tournament I will be one able to market a tough mentality Argentina national team because actually kwana another sequence I offered one win one match now or a tough mentality. And Lionel Messi actually was my number I think that we be in the last World Cup and Elisha Argentine boys now born from their hearts there what better women the World Cup is in miss nursery time.
And it is true. Actually one press conference now Nicolas Gonzalez. Yes, or granted interview now so haka Messi there. Sanon compound or about to ama Lionel Messi. Let you share the mentality of Argentina national team so. And when the last time team B yeah or J World Cup is also defending, you know, it is very difficult. Only two national sides in the way to why in the shape of Brazil and on the Italy national team, you know. So do you think that this achievement, you know, so will push boys now?
Yes. Them achievements and another them as American or push one more because them was American 2022 France. In 2018, wa package mo wetin wa san wa ba finals aba Argentina Argentina won to one especially wo Messi won team and coach national catch on if you can win the World Cup or the Messi available until say Messi available za obo to one.
Okay. So lastly on England Argentina game, who do you think will go into the finals?
Them was my American game no a 50-50. A 50-50, but I would like Argentina to progress.
Okay. We are last and a prediction or whatever, but as for me, you know, I am going for the English national team so that they can have a spot in the finals. And deep down within me, you know, I believe that I feel England for an halfie. They can win the tournament. So, who do you think will progress into the finals of the FIFA 2026 World Cup? So, as I always tell you, comment, share, follow our page so that we can bring you more football content. And lastly, now, Jean-François.
Okay, always subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have more updates for you. And to always be follow Kofi Jesse Sport on YouTube, social.
Okay, thanks for watching. We are out.